giving up today. All right, come on, it's dance party time, peoples. Woo! Nothing over, nothing. Get back up again. Oh, 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 oh. Get back up again. I know.
It's just so catchy. Anyway,
Hi everybody. Good morning. That's our dance party.
What a way to start.
Absolutely. We won't win prizes for dancing, but we will win prizes for effort.
That's it. I love it.
And effort actually builds consistency, and consistency builds, you know what, results. So that's at the end of the day, that's what it is. So, hi everybody. How are you all? I hope that you enjoy that, and I'm going to encourage you. I'm loving this actually. Lee Campbell shared this with us last week on one of the NMD group things before the blitz, and it's so funny, like I mean, because I've got little ones at the moment, and that I hadn't actually really kind of gotten into trolls.
Yeah.
I haven't really gotten into them, but now I'm going to.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's a good time.
I'm quite loving it. So I encourage you to, you know what, download the Get Back Up Again from the movie. Those of you who probably know because everybody's going to go, oh, that song, and I was kind of going, oh, I didn't know it. But honestly, I have played it probably every day. It's actually, I added it into one of my walking playlists. Yeah. And so I'm kind of walking along, just kind of bopping along. But it is a great reminder that no matter where we are, even in our business, you know, success actually comes from getting back up again. Okay, it doesn't matter how many times we get knocked down. Success comes from getting back up again. Can we expand on that? Just because
there we go.
It's
There we go.
Oh, it's only because I could see everything else around. I was kind of getting a little distracted. We got pen. That's it. Yeah. So that's what I would really encourage you to do. Like this whole business, this industry, this profession, this beautiful business that we've got, our Juice Plus business, is actually about getting back up again. That's really exactly what it's about. And so, you know, one of the things I was chit-chatting to a colleague of mine in the coaching world yesterday, and he was actually saying that really he's working he was just ringing up to kind of, you know, bounce some ideas around, ask for some advice. And he was saying, like, you know, even no matter what business we're in, and that whether it's direct sales, whether it's traditional small business, life right now is showing people that they've got to build the resilience muscle. They got to be prepared to get back up again. They've got to be prepared to, and I said, well, we talk about, like, you know, getting on the roller coaster and literally hanging on, because that's what it's actually about. Life and business and all the rest is going to be the roller coaster. Like, there is no such thing as a business that just is like that forevermore. There is going to be the roller coaster. And so what I've learned over the years, the true way to be successful in this is to get on and then just hold on tight. And then, you know, ride the ride, and just don't get off when it's in the bottom there, because it's got to go back up again. That's the beautiful thing about it. When we build a business with a horizon view, so when we're looking out further than basically, you know, this next week or month or whatever like that, when we're looking at it further than there, what we will actually see is that it's not just doing this. What it's doing is this. So we might be going up and down, but generally what happens is, even after a down, when you come back up, you're further along than what you actually were. So, and what's the reasons for that? Many reasons for that. Things like, you know, you get stronger in your resolve. I was listening to last night. Each night I've been doing. I signed on for a conference, an online conference of the weekend. Most of it was during the night, so I've been kind of watching the replays. But I was listening to a guy called Dave Hollis last night, and he was actually talking about this whole thing about resilience, the season that we're actually in, how it's thought it's to kind of get back up again. But at the same time, it actually, when we don't really honor our word, we're actually out of integrity with ourselves. So I'm going to speak to that a little bit today, as well as a few other things. But before all of that, how are you going, Jess?
I'm good.
See how I started? You wind me up. You let me go.
Get excited,
And
get
then that's it. Like, I mean, I started with a dance and then that was it. And that's so, anyhow, hi, Jess.
Hi. Hello, everybody. We have lots of people
Hi,
joining
Jer.
us today. Jess here with us. Hello, legend. We've got lots of people tuning in as well. Jasmine,
yes, the
hi,
chat's
beautiful
going.
Jasmine. And Jess is there as well. She's tagged some friends. And hello, everybody. Nutrition Plus is watching. So I really wanted to get Celine on today. Probably just because, you know, I love having her here next to me. Like I think I said like my third party validation, like you all do. You put, you know, your potentials into three-way chats. That's what I do, and I'm lucky enough that it's Celine that helps me. But I really wanted to have a chat with you all about, hey, Richie and Greg, they're joining us as well.
Hey.
I really wanted to have a chat with you all about starting your team strong. We had an incredible month, you know, through September, and with our Blitz weekend has just skyrocketed our new team members, and we are so excited for that. But more importantly, we're excited for their journeys in this business and to move them through the compensation plan, to have them be customers and to have them really grow and, you know, be a part of this incredible community. And we don't want to see people signed up just sitting there and, you know, not really reaping the benefits of what we have to offer. So best person to inspire everybody is Celine, and get her on to have a chat.
Stop it. Will you sing the song again?
Yeah, that's it.
Again.
So it's so important to make sure that you tune in with your team and you get them excited about the journey that they've just started. Like this is second to none. This community, this business, this personal development course that we have as a business is second to none, and I'm so excited to get everybody started strong. So that's fine. Hi.
And I have to put the air conditioner on because I'm warm.
We've been dancing. If you missed the start, we had a little dance party to get ourselves excited.
You've got to watch the replay.
Yeah. Or you don't, that's fine.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, that's true too, kind of thing. Yes, but now I'm kind of, you know, oh, that's better. There's a bit of air flying through. Okay, so let's have a chit chat. Well, first and foremost, I just want to congratulate you all. Honestly, New Zealand, you rocked it. You did an amazing, amazing job for the Blitz. You really did. And we saw people step up and have conversations with people and sow seeds. And it's not just about the outcome. Yes, we had over 200 new beautiful souls join us for the New Zealand business. But the other thing, the thing that's actually more important than anything else, is that many of you had conversations that you'd been putting off. You might have had conversations with, you know, some of the people that were on your chicken list, and you might not have got the result that you wanted. Like, so for example, it might have been a no, and that's actually worth celebrating too, because guess what? They're off your chicken list. Okay, you can add somebody else on now, because, you know, so often we kind of go, oh, you know, I don't want to contact you because if it's a no. It doesn't matter if it's a no. It's actually better knowing than spending all of that nervous energy wondering whether they would. So no matter what your outcomes were for the Blitz, I want to congratulate you. If you showed up in the Zoom rooms, if you listened to the training, if you reached out to people, okay, no matter who they were, whether that was for a product order, whether it was for a business order, you are a winner because you actually started to exercise the muscle. The most important thing now, of course, is to continue to do it. Many, I know, you know, chit-chatting with many team, many of you did more work in that 2 days, which turned into nearly 4 days, than you probably had done the previous week, month, year, maybe. I just want to hear about, you know, honestly, it's amazing what a time-sensitive offer can do. But what we don't ever want to do is that's the only way you're going to build your business. Okay, so that was to give us an injection of enthusiasm, an injection of excitement, an injection of what is possible. And now it's for us to continue on. So a couple of things that I want to talk about. First of all, a huge welcome to any of our new people who are in here, if you're in the group. And if you've not added your new people in, why not? Because you know what? One of the big things that many people actually join a community like ours is for the community. They may think it's about making money and all the rest, and absolutely, money's not bad. I'm going to get to money in a second, okay? But one of the things that keeps us in something is the community, the support, the people around. And so if we're not inviting them into the group, they don't get to be able to experience not only the support that you guys and your team, your individual team teams can actually offer them. But then from a head office perspective, okay, we've got the team in there, and Jess in particular, waiting to be able to add value and to be able to, give advice or whatever like that. So make sure that we're inviting them in. So if you're new in here, a huge welcome to you. We're really, really excited to have you. Secondly, whether you were somebody who signed up last weekend, it's a week and a half ago now, or whether you signed your application 10 years ago, I don't care. This next part of this conversation I'm going to have is for you no matter what. If you've got a Juice Plus business and you're here, and particularly if you're on live Facebook or here with us or watching this afterwards, that to me tells you that there's actually something. There's just something that actually A, is keeping you in the game, and B, that you actually want to achieve. So I've got a few questions for you. So this is a homework type of one. You can do it right now if you want to, or I definitely would encourage you to watch the recording with a cuppa, with a notebook and pen. Always have your notebook and pen with you, because you never know when you're going to hear some wisdom from somewhere. I carry mine all the time. And so what I'm going to encourage you to do is ask yourself a few questions. The first one is, why did you sign your application? Why did you hand over the $50 last week, $50 plus GST last week, or the $150 plus GST at another time? Why did you do that? Because no matter what, even if it was just $50, okay, it meant something. That $50 plus GST, $57.50 in New Zealand, could have gone to, a meal, or it could have gone to, I don't know, you probably wouldn't get very far in a pub nowadays for $57, but
you have to find a pub that's open.
Yeah, exactly. This is true too. But why did you hand it over? And that's the question that you ask yourself, or for those of you who brought people on last week and you've not had a game chat conversation with them, or just a curiosity conversation, you signed them up in all of the excitement, and now it's kind of like, should I go back to them and ask them now? Because everything happens so quickly, you get caught up in the excitement, and you've got that courage. You borrowed the courage from everybody else that was in the Zoomtopia room, and you just went for it. And now it's like, oh my gosh, now I've got to do something. And it's really important that we act with integrity and we do something, because we are not a sign-up club. We don't want to be seen as a sign-up club. That adds no value to the beautiful person who handed over their money, and adds no value to you. Okay, so that's really, really important. So whether you are that person that has signed at any stage, that you signed up somebody, or you were somebody who signed up last weekend, I want you to really take some time. And it may, for those who've been around for a little while, this answer, may have changed over time as well. But why did you then pay your renewal, your last renewal? If you've been in the business longer than, a year, why did you pay your last renewal? Or if you signed up in this past year, why did you actually hand over the money? There was a hope and a dream for something. Now, it could be as simple as, I really want to be able to get my own Juice Plus for free. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. If that's what that was, or that's what that is, write that down. Okay, get really, really clear. Okay. If it was that you really wanted to be able to earn an extra $200 a week or $200 a month, whatever it was or is for you, perfect. Write that down. Get really, really clear on what this is about for you. Okay. And again, sit down with your teammate to go and ask these questions. And this can be in a conversation. It doesn't have to be like, you're all sitting down, but at least have the conversation, so that you can then move them to a place of workshopping it, if that's what they choose to do. Alrighty. So that's the next thing, or whatever it is. Now, whatever the amount is, I know that there's some of you that are watching this that actually it is about maybe some other choices. So that could be $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, whatever it is. There's no judgment, because there's no right or wrong answer, because it's your answer. Okay. So that's the first thing. Now, do you know that from now, today, the 22nd of September till the end of the year is exactly 100 days. I'm going to be releasing later on just a 100-day fun kind of activity thing, just to remind you to kind of go, okay, what might be the goal that I want to achieve over this next 100 days? So my next question for you is, if you were to finish off 2020 and you were to be looking back at this last 100 days, what would you be really proud of having achieved? So just say it was that you had wanted to be receiving your Juice Plus for free, that the income that you were coming into your account on the 10th of the month, the residual, not bonuses, the residual income that's coming in, actually paid for you, for your Juice Plus, maybe your family's Juice Plus, whatever. Just say that that was it was. Or you had down that you wanted to earn $200 a month or $200 a week. And that residual check, okay, bonus is always icing on the cake, but that residual check popping into your bank account was that 200, 500, or 1,000, whatever it was that you had set that goal. Yes, okay. So look at what that goal is and then ask yourself, okay, it's 100 days down the track. 2020 is over. And I know that my check in January is going to be exactly that amount, or it might have even been in December. You might have already kind of shot through the goal and you know what it is. How do you feel about what it is that you've achieved, the choices that you've actually just given yourself? Is that making sense?
Yeah, 100%. We've got Jess and Vicky who are commenting and watching. Vicky said that her why is what gets her out of bed every day.
Absolutely, amen.
That's everybody.
Yeah.
And Jess wants to help help people and make money while doing it. Real talk.
Awesome. Excellent. Excellent. So it's getting really, really clear, guys. You know what? The only thing that is the only difference between where you are now and actually where you want to be is getting really, really clear on it. Knowing that that's what it is that why you're going to actually get into work each day. That's the only difference between whether you're going to achieve it or whether you're not, is getting really clear on it. And so setting a SMART goal, and you know, we know SMART goals are specific, okay? You've got to be really, really clear about them. They're measurable, okay? What does that look like? Okay, what does it look like? And that's why I do like to put a dollar amount on things, because no matter what it is, even if it's my free Juice Plus, well, what does that mean? Okay, you know, are you on fruit and veg, or are you on premium and complete, and you've got you and the partner on there and the 3 kids are all on it? So it's going to be a very different story. So get really, really specific about what it is, okay? So, you know, specific, measurable, okay? Attainable, okay, achievable. It's got to be a goal that actually is achievable, because bigger goals come in bite-sized pieces. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, if you want to eat one. Okay, so it's really, really important to make sure that we're doing. So SMAR, realistic, okay, and T trackable, okay. So make sure that we're actually able to do that. Set yourself a SMART goal, okay. Alrighty, so you've got what it is, okay. You've decided, you've taken some time to think about why it is that you actually handed over your money, whether it was $50 or plus GST or 150 plus GST, okay. You've got that. You now know what it is that you actually want at the end of this 100 days. This next 100 days brings us to the end of 2020. You're really clear about that. You've got down. Now it's where the rubber hits the road. It's asking yourself the question, what is it that you're committed to do to achieve that, to make that a reality? Because honestly, sitting here between now and that for the next 100 days and going, I'm going to have that goal at the end of the, it doesn't work. It really doesn't. It doesn't work, okay? No matter how much we want to manifest it in, whatever like that. God helps those who help themselves. The universe, whatever it is that you believe in. When you take a step in, the power steps in with you. You got to take the first step, because you are leading the way in that. So it's really important that you get then super clear on, if that's the goal, okay, in the next this 100 days, what are the things I need to do on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to make that a reality? Now, I don't know, but the first thing that pops into my mind is to print out some grids. I don't know. I don't know why that popped in there, but you know, that's the first thing that popped into my mind, is print out some grids. 3 grids, 90 squares on there, okay? Next to one for good measure. Alrighty. So 120 squares. I would be having my grids ready.
Yep.
And that, because they're going to tell the story of what I'm really doing. Because at the end of the day, this business is purely about talking to people. It really is. You can have all of the fancy flyers, you can have all of the fancy events, you can have everything. But at the end of the day, if you are not inviting people to take a look, if you're not following up with them, okay, you're not having conversations and making new connections and whatever, then honestly, none of the rest will actually happen. So your DMO needs to be around your ability to be able to do reach outs, make connections with people, have conversations, invite them to have a closer look, and follow up. And that can take a whole heap of forms. It can be on social media. It can be in live events. It can be in three-way calls. It can be in any number of ways. But the reality is, what's the one KPI? If you are in any business, you will be measuring the most important KPIs. And the most important KPI for you is the number of people that you talk to. Your grid does not lie on that. One box per person, and you can instantly see where are you in any one of those conversations. Okay. The next little thing that I would say to you is grab yourself an accountability buddy. Now, how to be a really good accountability buddy? Accountability buddy is somebody who actually truly wants to see you successful. So they are going to be the person that will call you on your BS stories. Because you know what, we will have so many stories as to why we're not going to do what we do, okay, each day, whether that is get up to exercise or, you know, is to get another name on our grid or whatever. There'll always be an excuse. We can play below the line and blame, shame, and justify till the cows come home. We're human, we're really good at it. What becomes powerful is when we get to that space where we learn to kind of go, notice, okay, whoa, alrighty, I'm down there having a great old justifying party at the moment kind of thing, bang. Okay, I need to get back above the line. Having somebody else in your life who also is brave and courageous enough to actually call you on it and not sit in the pity party with you. Being a great accountability partner is making sure that you don't actually climb into the pity party with the person that you're holding accountable. Okay, you know what? Love is actually being prepared to have the difficult conversation. And even if that's as simple as, is that above or below the line, Jess? And then what is off your tongue? And that. But you know what? That's the reality of it, though. Actually, the best accountability partners are the ones that are prepared to actually call you and say, actually, let's do our work. Let's do what we committed to do. Because you both have goals you want to achieve over the next 100 days. So what does that look like for you? And so that's really, really important. So having that accountability partner, awesome. I love you.
Yeah. Team. Vicky's a good accountability partner, and she loves hearing you speak. Awesome.
No, so that's the reality of it, is having that, you know, that accountability partner, that person who's actually going to encourage you to play above the line. It's 100 days. Okay, honestly, a lot can happen, and you can achieve a lot in the next 100 days. And I've been applying the principle for myself around Mel Robbins' 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And that's it, because you literally, from the time you think of something, so you thought of someone to reach out to, you've thought about getting out of the bed to go and do your walk or whatever like that, you've thought about having a glass of water, you've literally got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, before you change your mind and go do something else, you get distracted. So you've literally, if you're thinking of somebody that you need to reach out to, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pick up the phone or send a message or whatever it is that you need to do. So that's exactly the same in your business every single day. What does that look like? And then I wanted to just very quickly talk about what I learned from Dave Horace, I think it was, is his surname, yesterday evening when I was watching a replay from the weekend. And he actually talked about what it is that you want to achieve or do, okay? What it is that you actually do, and the gap being the integrity gap with yourself. So how often are we out of integrity with ourselves and then with others? Because people actually watch us. You've heard the quote probably many times before. How we do some things is how we do everything. And so when people are watching us all the time, but more importantly, it's about ourselves too. Where's that integrity with ourselves? So if we have a goal that we want, and we were saying that we wanted, and that's what we're moving, but this is only what we're prepared to do, okay? That gap is that integrity gap that we need to be shrinking. We need to be making sure that what we're actually doing is going to match with what we say we're going to do. So that's my challenge to each of you at the moment, is to kind of go, alrighty, you know what? I am going to be in integrity with myself. I am actually going to follow through on this goal. I might have a BS story about in the past. Oh, I've never got it in the past. I've never recruited anybody. I've only got, the first few customers I've got. I'm not tall enough, skinny enough, all of those kinds of things, all those conversations, all those stories that we tell ourselves. And believe you me, I know I'll put my hand up and go, oh my gosh, I can see the different stories that I have told myself over the years. But each time it's about, okay, learning it and asking myself, well, how is that story serving me? And if it's not, then change the story. It's what's really, really important. So to summarize all of that, I told you.
You've all been taking notes, right? You've got your pen and paper.
I just realized the time already. Okay.
All right. It goes quick when you're having fun.
To summarize all of that, what I would really encourage you to do is get clear on what you want to achieve over the next 100 days. Okay, that's the one thing that I would really encourage you to do. Get clear on that for both yourselves and the beautiful people that we've brought on this journey with us. Okay, really, really important. I don't want any man left behind, man, woman, child left behind. If somebody signed an application last weekend, it's our responsibility to have a chat with them. Now, if you feel that you're not really sure about what that chat looks like as well, Adam Westwick did a fantastic game plan chat, and we put it into the main group, and Jess is going to share it in here as well. It was during the Blitz, so I know we'll be able to find it in the videos and whatnot. But that's a more formal kind of game plan chat. But even just some of the thoughts, getting yourself really clear for both yourself and for your newbie. But for yourself, the most important conversation to have is actually the one with yourself first. Because if you've got certainty for yourself, you can then lead others, okay? There's nothing more important than actually having that certainty for yourself. And on Sunday when I was doing my walk, I really felt just God download into me around victim, victor, and certainty. And it was really interesting. It was around the longer we stay in victim mode, the less chance we've ever got to be a victor. So to have victory in whatever the circumstance or situation is that we are in. And as long as we are in a victim mode, we cannot lead ourselves, or we will never be able to lead anyone else, because people follow certainty. So if we stay in that space of victim mode, okay, you are not going to serve yourself. And you're not ever going to be able to serve others. And I believe the truest calling that we all have been given on our lives is to serve others. Okay? And that's so, first and foremost, you've got to serve yourself. So if you are sitting in that victim mode, which is basically playing below the line in blame, shame, or justify. And as I said, I recognize it because I've done it many times. Now is the time to get yourselves by the hitches and pull yourselves back above the line into victor mode. Because that moment you recognize it and you go, you know what? Okay, I'm going to take action. You are in victor mode. Okay, you are staking a victory. You're creating certainty for yourself, and that by doing that, you will create certainty for others. People love to follow certainty. Okay, that's the only thing that people will actually follow. So as long as you might think that people kind of want to play in the victim pool with you, they really don't. They really don't, because eventually that gets really, really tiresome. Okay, so pull yourself up by the britches, get back above the line, and give yourself the opportunity to be able to achieve what you want to achieve over this next 100 days. I know I am. I've got my goals down. I've been doing a lot of re-goal setting over this past few weeks, and I'm excited about the goals that I've got in place for the next not just the next 100 days, but I've got some short-term goals for the next 100 days, actually 73 days now. And that is so I'm going to encourage you all to be brave, to be courageous, to stand in certainty for yourself, first and foremost, because you will then stand in certainty for others as well. So hope there was somewhere in there, some wisdom for you, and that we love you all. You're so blessed to have Jess there cheering you on and, cheering for you in any of the conversations that we have here at home office as well. So make sure that you're leaning in to that support and that too. So
thanks. I am your biggest cheerleader, like Celine said. I'm here to make your dreams happen as best as I can, but you can't go past a good old chat from Mama Celine. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
You are just a pillar of light for everybody here, and we appreciate everything you say and do for us. So.
Yeah, it's great to have it.
Don't look at me, because you look at me, I'll cry. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be putting that call from the video from Adam in the group today as well. I hope you get so much out of this. 100 days, which means 94 days until Christmas.
Yes.
So the countdown is on. If you're watching, put in your takeaways in the comments as well, and let's just
Let's rock it, team.
That's it. Let's take
Let's rock
2020
it.
out.
I'm going to be bragging on you guys tonight, actually. I've got the global sales call tonight. I am going to be bragging on you guys tonight. So,
Awesome.
yeah, let's make it happen.
All right. Thanks, guys.
See you, team. Bye. See ya.